everyone, and welcome to iReadit, bringing you your daily dose of the internet for Monday, June 4th, 2018. I'm Michael Schwahn.
And my computer's down.
And Nathan's computer is down because it hates life, I guess? I don't know.
Yeah, no, it really does.
So
my phone is all crooked because my computer desk is all crooked.
We'll work with what we got.
On top of that, it vibrated before, just as you started the show, so it kind of fell down.
Good work.
I had to fix that.
Awesome.
I've got a really old bagel, though.
That sounds no. Oh.
Just like a rock.
How old is that bagel?
3 days.
3 days? Has it been sitting half-eaten there on your desk for 3 days?
No.
No?
No, I just started eating it today.
Okay. Was it
like... It was an entirely full bagel that I had forgot I had. I had it sitting in my cupboard, but I had it wrapped in a paper towel because I brought it from work.
Okay, that's at least a little more acceptable. Anyway.
Still good. It's just really hard.
Mick says he likes my hat. Thank you. I also like my hat. Legend of Zelda's awesome.
I can't see it.
That's fine. It's the...
Yo, so Brendan came back from Peru, and he's got this t-shirt called The Legend of Peru, and it's the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild scape, but instead of Link, it has this Peruvian guy, and instead of, like, the landscape, it's Machu Picchu.
That's pretty epic. I like that.
It's pretty sick.
Real quick, please remember, everybody, you can help support this show by going to patreon.com/dailyinternet, picking up some merchandise in the link below. We also will be holding an Ask Us Anything on episode 500, so 21 episodes from now. There is a pinned post on our Facebook. There is a pinned post on our Reddit, which is reddit.com/r/iRedditcast. You can also message us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all of those. Send us the messages of the questions that you would like us to answer, and we will get to them during episode 500. So,
Or eventually.
No, probably episode 500. In any case, beyond all of that awesome, exciting stuff, how are you? How was your weekend?
My weekend was pretty good.
Yeah?
I got to play with the dog or two. That's pretty much the highlight.
Hey, that's a major highlight for me.
There was some really awesome. And then I played some D&D. All right, I got some D&D tonight. You know, just the normal. Every day of my life is Dungeons and Dragons because I want to pretend I'm not in it as much as possible.
Oh, quick question, actually, pertaining to that. Do you play D&D on Wednesdays?
No, I don't.
Okay. This Wednesday, as a heads up to you, sir, as well as an announcement to everyone else, our show will probably go live at around 7 p.m. Alaska time instead of 6 p.m. I have a doctor's appointment on Wednesday. It's just a wellness check because I found out recently that my insurance updated to cover the Coalition Health Center, which means yours probably also did too, Nathan, which means that we can go to the Coalition Health Center.
I got that email.
Yeah, so we can go to the health center for free, which is really awesome, so I immediately made an appointment.
Oh
no.
I almost knocked over my D&D book.
Don't do that. And so, with that, I am going to actually get my first, general health checkup in, 5, 7, 8 years. 8 years, yeah, 8.
Nice. Dude, so one of the campaigns that me and my roommate is combined effort making, we're going to essentially make 2 campaigns, but it's in the same universe. He's going to DM an evil campaign, and I'm going to DM a good campaign, and we're going to pit each other as people against each other.
Perfect.
And then it's going to be, you only get to play characters that you have played at some point in your entire career of playing D&D.
Okay.
And they have to be ones that you consider a dead character, one that you don't think you're going to ever play again.
So that if they die, it's not a big deal?
Mm-hmm.
Got it, okay.
It's a Drifter-style campaign.
Oh, damn, I forgot to answer some emails. I realized that I'm doing things during the show that I should really not do during the show.
Damn.
Yeah, right? It'll be alright.
Like eating?
Like eating, checking emails, posting to Instagram because I actually missed one of the Instagram posts today, so I'm behind on that. You know, just...
Oh, I didn't get to post the Twitter today because as I was switching over to the Twitter, my dumbass accidentally hit close all instead of to the fucking Twitter tab because it was like one off from it. So I accidentally closed all of it, including the open Twitter post that I had.
Why would you do that?
It was an accident.
How could you do that? Unbelievable. Anyway, you want to talk about some news, buddy?
I mean, as much as I can, sure.
Sure.
5.
Endangered mountain gorilla population recovered to over 1,000.
This was submitted by Snicker33 to Our Uplifting News.
I did not know that mountain gorillas were this endangered. If you need a visual for what a mountain gorilla is, basically they look very much like the gorillas from Tarzan. Otherwise, though, they were down below around the 800 range. Damn. Yeah, they were around like 786 8 years ago.
M'Baku's tribe really got small.
Yeah, no kidding. That was about 8 years ago. They were sitting around 780 gorillas, and now 8 years later, they have gotten to over 1,000. They're at about 1,000.
I thought there was only 4 members of the gorillas.
Wow, that one was...
It's a pun!
And no, there's 5 right now, sir.
Oh yeah, because one of them died, right?
I don't know.
The basis got replaced for a new one or something.
The basis is on hiatus. I don't know why the actual basis is on hiatus, but their new basis is there, and they're quite good. And their persona is Ace from Powerpuff Girls.
From the Gang Green Gang?
Yeah, the leader of the Green Gang is now a member of the Gorillas. He is their bassist.
Ace the bassist?
Yep.
That's what's up.
You like it. Everyone likes it. Everyone was like, no way! Awesome, man!
Well, I mean, the bassist was, like, in my opinion, the coolest part about that entire band anyways, so they replaced it and got him, like a step up.
Mm-hmm. No, it's pretty great. Pretty great. So beyond that, though, the mountain gorilla population is recovering thanks to a teamwork effort between 3 different countries, and they are expected to continue to recover because, well, I mean, gorillas like to fuck.
I mean, who doesn't?
Probably someone with some, like, unfortunate soul that they have something wrong with their genitals, so it's painful if anything touches them.
Yeah, that's fair.
Beyond that, I don't know. Something that's asexual.
That's fair. There's plenty of people who are asexual, even.
Not. What is it when you can literally? There are species out there that can literally, basically, just impregnate themselves.
Asexuals.
Asexuals, okay. Anyway.
4.
Trump. I have the absolute right to pardon myself.
This was submitted by pipsdontsqueak to Our Politics.
This is,
Can you guys explain that one, Republicans?
That one's pretty bad. Also, if you do not know, it has already been established that he doesn't have the authority to do that. And this was actually established back in 1974, because the question was raised on whether Nixon could pardon himself during the whole Watergate scandal. And the Justice Department determined then that he could not pardon himself because under the law, you are not allowed to be your own judge. And that is part of what the presidential pardon is he is judging them and then giving them the pardon. So, we've already had this question, Mr. Donald J. Trump, and no, you do not have the absolute right or even the somewhat right to pardon yourself.
Why the fuck you bringing it up?
He also, well, that's the other part, is in the same tweet where he said that he has the absolute right to pardon himself, he says, but why would I do that when I have done nothing wrong? And it's like, you make yourself look so guilty.
That sounds pretty bad.
It does sound really bad.
Yeah.
Like, not that I've done anything wrong, but if I did do anything wrong, I'm totally allowed to say that I didn't do anything wrong. Except you're not. Because if Nixon could have, he probably would have.
Yeah.
Because Nixon...
Him of all people.
Yeah, he was a...
Maybe Clinton, even.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I could... yeah, I don't know. If they could, like, why wouldn't you?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I mean, sure, you're gonna get shit for it.
Yo, so, wait, if you can pardon yourself as a president, right?
Yeah.
What we gotta do is have Pence kill Trump. And then, when he becomes president, he pardons himself.
But he couldn't pardon himself.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if there was like that kind of logic, that could work.
Jennifer Cruz in the chat room says, allegedly, if I did something wrong, I could allegedly pardon myself.
But you can't.
But you can't.
He's listening to some shitty-ass goddamn lawyers.
Now, that said, if you got... One thing that could happen is that Trump could pardon Clinton.
Yeah?
A president could pardon a previous president.
Okay.
So
wait, isn't that why Ford wasn't a very popular president?
I have no idea. No clue at all. But if Donald Trump gets in legal trouble and goes to jail and is then removed as president or impeached or whatever, Pence could become president and then pardon him.
Yeah, and watch his fucking ratings plummet.
I don't imagine his ratings would be great anyway.
Oh, yeah. Whatever's left of his ratings.
So. Interesting. Interesting indeed. In any case, Trump just... You know, I don't actually look at Trump's Twitter very often. I took a look at it recently. I am amazed at how much he tweets. He tweets a lot.
He tweets a lot.
All the time. All day long.
That's all he does.
And it starts at like 3 a.m. I thought it was like he strangely wakes up at 3 a.m., sends 3 tweets, and then is done. No, he starts at 3 a.m. and just keeps tweeting until like 6 or 7 p.m.
And then he probably goes to sleep then.
I guess so. I don't know.
I mean, he's old.
3.
You don't look like a legislator. Security stops black female lawmaker attempting to go to work in Ohio.
This is submitted by Help Me Reddit. I'm bored to our politics. Sorry, I couldn't read my own handwriting.
That's all right. So in Ohio, there is a representative. Her name is Amelia Sykes, and she was walking to work in the State House. She wasn't like on the street or anything like that. She was already in the Ohio State House, which to get into the portion of the building she was in, you have to have a key card. Which, I mean, if you've ever been in most buildings, you know they have the little badges, and you hold your badge up to a little door thing, and it unlocks the door, and you go inside.
Oh, it's downstairs.
And
mine's got a stegosaurus on it.
Not only did she have that, her ID, she's not like a new lawmaker. She is in her 3rd term as a representative for the state of Ohio.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know what their representatives look like, let alone their names.
Fair enough. But as she's walking through the building that she works in, that she has worked in, and has all of the credentials to work in, she is stopped by security while she is with her colleague, who is like a 65-year-old white dude. And like he was right there, and they're like, "Excuse me, ma'am, we're gonna have to stop you. We're gonna need to do a search." And she's like, "Why? I work here." She's like, and she's like, "I'm one of your legislators." And the security tells her, "You don't look like a legislator." And then after they get done searching her bag and checking her credentials and everything, they hand it all back to her and say, "You looked too young to be a legislator."
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, the 65-year-old white dude who has also been in the legislature for many years was telling them, "No, she's a legislator. What are you... This is ridiculous." And not only that, she is not even the youngest member of the Ohio legislature.
No, she's not. Wow, this is looking real bad.
It
for you
looks
guys.
so bad. Like,
I'm fairly certain all those dudes are getting fired.
Like, profiling is real, and it just happened.
That's amazing.
She did report the incident to the department of the building that she worked in which case they are conducting a very full and thorough investigation into it. And I mean, nothing has happened yet, but it is expected that... but it is pretty well expected that something not good will happen to those people.
All those dudes are getting fired, I'm telling you.
Probably. Like, I know that we are still...
So bad.
I know that we're still fighting racism and trying to get to a world where that doesn't happen, But
You know what's gonna happen there?
what's that?
They are going to fire those guys because the state is going to drop the contract for that security company and pick up one from a different company.
You want to know what's funny about that, though?
Huh.
If that happens, what will most likely happen is the state. If that's what happens, if they drop the security contract, normally what happens is a different company goes for the contract, and they just keep the employees from the previous one. So that wouldn't probably result in those.
Nah, dude, the
guys
new
being
company's
fired.
gonna see those dudes and gonna be like, "You're the reason why the old company got fucking sacked. We're not gonna keep you around your liability."
Get out. Don't want you here.
Exactly. Go find jobs everywhere.
Maybe. And also, you know, if the excuse you wanted to go with after you didn't find anything was you looked too young,
It's not the proper excuse. Just out yourselves, guys. Just be like, "Yo, we thought you weren't a legislator because you were black." All you guys have to do, out yourselves. It'll be easier for you in the long run.
will it though?
Yeah. Because if these guys if these guys get caught up in their lie, right, then they are branded as liars. Otherwise, or liars and racists. Otherwise, they're just racist.
So you're just trying to lessen the load?
Just come out. It's better to just, say it.
Sure. Okay.
Acknowledge it. That's step one of recovery.
2,
After 4 years, Indiana embraces text to 911 in emergencies.
Submitted by Major Champ to our news.
So Indiana currently is the only state that does this in America. There's a couple cities that do it, but this is statewide. And what it is that if you are in an emergency situation and for some reason you are unable to make a phone call, like maybe you're kidnapped or something like that, and you don't want the person that you're with to hear you calling 911 or the dispatcher, you can now text 911. In addition to that, they got approval that if your call with 911 is disconnected or dropped or interrupted, 911 can then text you to double check on you to see if you're okay.
That's awesome.
It is really awesome. And when I read this article, it was one of those things I'm like, why is that just now happening?
Yo, you want to know why? Because just as that one dispatcher once said, ain't no one got time for that.
Yeah. And already, Indiana dispatcher centers receive an average of 500 to 600 911 texts every day.
Man.
That's
This.
what? What's wrong?
Sorry, I looked up on my computer.
Is it working?
No.
What is it doing? The update at 87%?
It's the Windows didn't load correctly thing.
Oh, that sounds worse.
It very much is.
Good luck with that. But yeah, 500 to 600 texts to 911 every day.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
I'm about to call 911 over this heart attack I'm gonna have over this fucking computer.
Yeah. You should try and sell it back to Bryce.
Oh, I think he'll take it.
You could try.
Pretty sure he's got a computer right now.
Yeah, maybe.
1,
Mexico. 3 more female politicians murdered in 24 hours.
This is submitted by Don't Give a Fuck to Our World News.
Over 110 electoral candidates have been murdered since September in Mexico.
Good God.
110 candidates in 9 months, Nathan.
That's insane.
Yeah, it is. And the police have zero concept of why or who's doing it.
But you have to know why. You have to know who's doing it. Solve the crime.
A majority of them are female, which raises, some questions, and there is a concern over the Mexican cartel being involved. But yeah, 110 dead more than 110 dead electoral candidates in 9 months.
That is insane. That needs to be solved. That's a problem that needs to be solved.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's not just 110 deaths in 9 months. That is 110 planned, targeted murders in 9 months. And you know
it's like they're
well they're
discouraging
connected.
women from trying to become politicians.
Well, if it is the cartel, it probably also has a level of importance on what stance they're taking in terms of how they would affect the cartel.
Sure. That's
Still scary?
Yeah. Surprised I haven't started doing that to the men either.
Did you like the thing that I put for your thing of the day?
I don't remember what it was.
Okay. Would you like me to just read it then?
Oh, is it the gay cakes thing?
Yes.
Oh. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'm Mr. Meeseeks! Look at me!
Supreme Court rules in favor of Colorado baker who refused to make wedding cake for gay couple for religious reasons.
That's some stupid shit. I mean, I can understand because, you know, it's against his religion, but... And because he offered to bake them cakes for literally every other occasion, but it's still kind of fucked up.
Well, and this is submitted by M. Vanagan to our news, and...
Oh, I don't have those two written
That's
down.
okay.
Oops.
And here's the thing, though, is that they didn't so much rule in favor of the baker, they ruled against the Colorado Commission, is really what it is. Is when they did their investigation into the case, they didn't actually pass down any decision about how these cases have to be handled. Instead, they threw out the decision that was made because that they believed that the Colorado Civil Rights Commission showed an impermissible hostility towards religion, that they were being unfair towards the baker, and that they didn't do a good job in investigating the case itself, and also found multiple cases on the opposite direction of somebody came in and wanted them to make a cake that was anti-gay, and the cake maker refused, which went into a lawsuit, and in that case, the cake maker, they defended the cake maker and not the people who wanted the cake made. And so it's going into a double standard of you can't say that people can do this but can't do this. You can't protect gay rights and not protect rights to religion. Like you have to be fair on both of those.
Yeah, okay, I can understand that.
And because the baker was also very friendly, was like, I will make you a cake for anything else, but I cannot make you a cake because it goes against my religion. He would make them a cake for a birthday party. He was very nice. He wasn't aggressive or mean or was like, no, you gay queers, get the hell out of my store. And where was my train of thought going?
I don't know.
And I mean, also, there's the whole concept of, you know, they could literally just go get a cake somewhere else. So it's not that they ruled with the baker. It is that they basically said the Colorado Civil Rights Commission didn't do their job, and so they threw out the decision of the Civil Rights Commission.
I can understand that. It did seem fairly hostile towards religion.
It does, and I mean, I feel like there's so much knee-jerk and stuff like that because, like, we want to give people equal rights. You know, at least I do anyway. I don't know how the people listening feel, but I would like, you know, members of the LGBTQ plus community to be free to live their lives as long as it doesn't infringe upon anyone else. Most businesses in most states do have the right to refuse service for any reason. So it was an awkward case to begin with, and this doesn't actually lead to an answer either.
Yeah, it's really awkward because it's really just one type of discrimination against another type of discrimination.
Right. So, Nathan, is there anything else that you cared about in the last 72 hours, though?
My computer.
Yeah, anything that didn't suck? No, got it. Cool.
Not at the moment. Now it's just really a computer. All of my D&D stuff is on there. All of it.
And I'm trying to think of solutions, and like what sucks is that is a clean install of Windows, because originally we thought it was.
Yeah, it's not. It's the hard. It's like the hardware. It's not the software. Either that or it is the software fucking up.
Do you still have the disc?
Because of the hardware. I don't know.
You still have the
Maybe.
disc and the code?
I might have the disc. I don't know about the code.
I think the code was on the disc.
Okay. I'll look.
I might have one more. Something we might consider is getting you just if we can get that one working and get the stuff off of it, get a new hard drive and see if that fixes the problem. Because it might just be the hard drive. Anyway. Oh. Thing I care about in the last 72 hours is that Amazon's $1 billion Lord of the Rings series is already approved to run for 5 seasons.
Okay. So it's a season per book for the first 3, right? So it's 5 seasons. So it's The Hobbit as well as the Silmarillion.
I don't think that they're following the... Are they following the books?
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
The first season won't be about hobbits and orcs. It'll be about Aragorn or Strider, played by Viggo Mortensen in the movies. It will not be a retread of the movies.
Okay, so it's telling backstory or post-story when he was king.
It will draw
Because
from a massive pile of
After he
notes.
became king, he was king for like 100 years.
This says backstory. It will draw from a massive pile of notes that Tolkien put together in writing the books, and will cover a great deal of backstory.
Neato.
No news on who is starring in it currently.
Viggo Mortensen.
I mean, maybe.
You can't play young Aragorn. Too old.
$1 billion in modern technology says he probably could.
You know, you say that, but they also have to pump a lot of other effects into CGI, and if it's going to be just about Aragorn, they're not going to do that.
Sure. Who knows? Who knows? But I am somewhat excited about what this could hold.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I am too, because it's fucking Lord of the Rings. I'm super excited.
That's like, there's somebody that shared a post on Facebook today. There's a recent, social media trend going around of, it'll be, 9 things, and it's choose 3 things that you can never have again. Or it'll be a block of, 9 things. It'd be choose 3 things, and they're the only ones you can have for the rest of your life. And there was a block of, choose these 3 things. You can only have these ones. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I know whose page it was on.
I really dislike the ones where it's you have $15 to spend. Who do you buy? Because, the Avengers one was really stupid because it was horribly fucking misaligned.
Weighted? Yeah.
Because Scarlet Witch was $1.
Okay.
Scarlet Witch can alter reality.
I was like, wait, you just buy that one then and win the game.
Yeah, you buy Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange because Doctor Strange was $4 or something stupid.
Was Hulk $15?
Yeah, and then in the $5 slot, you just buy Hulk and Thor were the 2, and that's how you beat Thanos.
In any case, so choose 3 to watch for the rest of your life, Nathan. These are the only choose 3 of these, and they're the only things that you can watch: Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Star Trek, all series and movies, Game of Thrones, the current Marvel movie universe, Doctor Who, new and old, Firefly and Serenity, The Walking Dead, Kevin Smith's movies, Batman the Animated Series, all series and movies of Sherlock Holmes, Indiana Jones.
I'm going to go with Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, and probably Marvel.
Yeah?
Yeah, they have too many, just great movies.
See, if it's literally the only things you can watch for the rest of your life, I was like, immediately Star Wars and Lord of the Rings, because Star Wars is owned by Disney and is a cash cow, so even if it's not great, you will always continue to get more Star Wars to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Lord of the Rings. Also, they're both great series. Both of those are great worlds, and now that we see that Amazon is about to crank out 5 seasons, and it's probably going to do incredible, we're going to get more and more Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, some things Game of Thrones, it's ending. It might get more, but we still don't know.
Now, you say that we don't know, but we do know it's getting more.
The current Marvel movie...
We know that it's slated for 4 extra seasons.
Oh, okay. The current Marvel movie universe, while I like the Marvel movies, that is actually not very much content.
10 years of content. That's quite a bit.
It's like 20, it's like 20 movies.
Plus, just with your fucking argument with the Star Wars ones, the Marvel movies are also owned by fucking Disney.
Yes, but it says the current Marvel movies. Which could mean just the ones that are out now. Doctor Who, while there's a shitload of it, I don't care. Firefly and Serenity, you have 1 season and 1 movie. Walking Dead, really don't care. I had to look up Kevin Smith's movies.
2 seasons.
Oh, is there? Oh, well. Still not enough from everyone that I've heard from. I had to look up Kevin Smith's movies. There's only like 28 of them, which I thought was unfortunate. Batman the Animated Series, that's 1 series. Sherlock Holmes, I don't actually know how much there is. And Indiana Jones is, 5 movies at this point?
Oh, that was my other one, was Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes, there's a ton.
Is there?
There's a ton. Because it says all Sherlock Holmes things, right?
Yes.
Sir Arthur Conan Doyle wrote that shit in the 1800s.
Sure, but it's watch. How much is there to watch?
Okay, so if he wrote it before movies even started, and they were very, very popular, when movies did start, that was one of the first things that was adapted.
Was it? I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
There's tons
of
content.
Cool. Anyway, so that random side bit aside, you ready to get out of here?
Sure.
Cool.
Got D&D.
Please remember, everybody, you can send us questions for our Ask Us Anything that will take place on episode 500. Drop them in the comments. Drop them in the pinned post on Facebook, on the pinned post on our subreddit, which is reddit.com/r/iRedditcast, or throw a message to us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or YouTube, all of which are at iRedditcast. And those are all great places to follow and share the show as well. If you want to take the show with you and can't catch the live version that is Monday through Thursday at 6 p.m. Alaska time, you can download the show on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and most other places podcasts are found. If you leave us a 5-star review on any of those platforms, that helps us immensely. It doesn't cost you anything besides about 30 seconds of your time and helps other people find the show. Otherwise, you can follow me on social media at Schwahn Michael and Nathan at Bimmenstein. And if you have anything you want us to talk about, anything at all, story-wise, if you got some news that you think we skipped, send it to us. You can do so by sending us a message in any of those things or by sending us an email to iReddit@mjolnir.media. And that's it, everybody. There's your 479th dose of the Internet. I am Michael Schwahn.
And I'm Nathan Wood.
And please remember, everybody,
Log and